Welcome everyone, I'm Fausto Carnevale, international tax consultant, and in this video I will tell you the hidden truth about buying an Airbnb in Italy. So basically everybody now is saying that the Airbnb is the best way to invest in Italy, is the only way that you can make money. A lot of people don't know the reality in Italy, the hidden taxes and all the taxes that you have to declare after that you have paid taxes, flat tax on the Airbnb. So let's talk about the Airbnb and how it was easy to invest back in 10 years ago or when the platform started. Because Airbnb was born like, as you know, maybe you know better than me if you are an investor, a short-term renting platform. So in Italy, this platform was not regulated, and you could basically rent without declaring anything. You could declare with no obligation all the revenues, basically paying zero tax. Now, as of today, it is regulated and you have to pay the 21% of taxes. It's a flat tax and you have to register the contract. I think also Airbnb, they put a lot of pressure, not a lot of pressure, some pressure on the platform in order to make the communication more transparent. So as of today, you may think, okay, 21% in Italy, I'm talking about Italy, is maybe the only tax that I have to pay. So it's easy, no? Actually, you have to consider, and we did this check with another client, that you also have to pay the 16% roughly to the platform. So Airbnb, basically, it's another tax. They take you the 60%. And then you pay the 21%. This is the first thing. The second thing that they don't tell you is the taxes, because if in Italy you buy a first house, you don't pay a lot of taxes in terms of notary and taxes of register. So basically notary more, let's talk about an average apartment of 100,000 euro. You will pay roughly 2,000 euro for the notary and the registration tax. There are also some other small taxes of 50 euro, but roughly it's 2,000 euro. But what happens if you then want to buy a second house using the house in Airbnb? Because of course you want to reinvest some money. What happened then? You know what happened? It will happen that you have to pay the notary and it will cost you, I think, the double. Because you will pay a 9% registered tax, and if this is not the first house, if it won't be the first house, the notary will also ask more money. So basically you have to consider that you are already paying a 5% tax when you buy the apartment. And I am considering that the apartment, it is not a luxury apartment, because that the story will be different. I'm considering today that you buy a normal, basic, standard apartment. What happened then in the second place, in the second round, let's say? You have to pay the IMU, you have to pay the TARI, you have to pay the rubbish tax, and this also depends on top of the revenue of the apartment. Of course, as you know, you have to pay the cleaning if you rent it as an Airbnb. So if you rent the apartment for 100 euro per day, let's say, you should better do a calculation, because maybe you have to pay, you have to pay the taxes for Airbnb, the taxes, flat tax 21%. You have to pay the taxes when you buy the house. You have to renovate the house, because a lot of houses are old in Italy, and this is another hidden cost. Then you always will have some small problem with electricity, gas, because normally even my sister, she bought a nice apartment close to the sea for 50,000 euro, small one. But the month after, if you buy an old apartment, she had to change the boiler, so okay, 1,000 euro extra. 1,600, quite expensive. Okay, we are discussing now that you buy an apartment in order not to live there, in order to rent it. So you have to fix the apartment. You cannot say, I'm not changing the windows, I'm not changing the entrance door. You have to fix a little bit. And even if you say, oh, but to buy the furniture is expensive nowadays, it is less expensive nowadays. It won't be less expensive for all the taxes that I mentioned. So I repeat it again, please, before buying an Airbnb, notary tax, IMU, TARI, also the commission that Airbnb takes. The commission if you take the money with another bank account like PayPal, high commission. The commission of Airbnb, 21%, the flat tax that you pay in Italy. Not to mention then all the refurbish, all the cleaning, not to mention that you have to fix the house if you buy a whole house. I see a lot of videos, these Americans, they don't know nothing about Italy. They post videos about how to buy an apartment with €1. And then I think I need to do another video, how to buy one apartment with €1 and then spend €100,000 to fix the apartment, okay? Buying a whole apartment sometimes is like buying an old car. You think you're cool because you maybe buy with only €5,000 a nice BMW, but then every month you pay, oh, this month you have to change the battery. Oh, yeah, this month we have to change the tires. I love cars, that's why I'm doing this comparison, but you know what I mean? It's not easy. What is a solution? Because I don't want just to criticize. You can buy a new apartment and you do not rent it as an Airbnb, so you don't have to give nothing to Airbnb. If you have one apartment, you can do a monthly contract for tourists, €3,000, and it's not a lot if you buy an apartment close to the city, €3,000. You will pay the IRPEF, maybe it's 35%, but it's another solution. So it is not only Airbnb the solution, okay? And you don't have to clean the apartment every week or every day, okay? Another solution may be to buy an apartment and to use the cedolare secca, which is another flat tax in Italy. You can buy an apartment, for instance, in Pescara. I'm saying Pescara because it's a small city where I studied. And you rent the apartment to 3 students, and you can rent one room for €300, so you can get €900, okay? Then, of course, if you want to buy more apartment, we have to do a company, create a company. But this maybe will be another video. But remember, to conclude, Airbnb, it is not the best solution in Italy. And a lot of people from abroad do this video, oh, buy apartment with €1. Now, sometimes I think, why don't you do one video, buy one Ferrari with €1? Of course, you can find maybe someone who is willing to give you a Porsche, a Ferrari. But what are the hidden costs, guys? That is the thing. So, if you want to keep in touch with us, if you want to have a specific consultancy before you buy an house in Italy, you can book via the link in the description your consultancy. Until next time, Fausto Carnevale, enjoy your stay in Italy.